All right, hello. Welcome to stream. This is take two. So I'll talk about what I did to the dev level here in a sec, but you should literally see how we have this set up. So Cole owns a comically large Ethernet cable that like spans the entire apartment, but it's just like barely long enough from where we have the Ethernet or for the router to hook it up into my computer. I've been meaning to get like a Wi-Fi extender for the house so that we have internet access on this half of the apartment, because Spectrum is really good in that one specific area of the apartment, and then you just go to the next room over and you only get like 2 bars. So that's fun. And then when you stream, you start dropping frames, and it's really good. But so far so good. I'm not dropping any frames as far as I can tell. The internet seems to be running fine, but there is just a big old wire going across the middle of the living room that's like taut and like just barely making it over into my room. So not the most ergonomic way of going about it. I'm thinking we might need a longer Ethernet cable if we're gonna do that. But yeah, I mean, this is what we got for now. I'm planning on making this kind of a long stream, so I hope that's not gonna be too much of like a disturbance or anything. But yeah, of course I'll unplug everything once I'm done. But yeah, enough about that. Let's talk about what I did over here. So this is the dev level now. As you can see, it's nighttime. And I also moved the platforms over to this area here. So he has a little platforming section over there. And yeah, I also gave it some like dramatic clouds as well. These are like actual volumetric clouds. I watched a tutorial on how to like set up your own cloud shader. I suppose I could show that off here real quick. It'd be under materials, volumetric cloud. Yeah, so I made this myself with a tutorial, of course. It's a lot. I won't lie. There's a lot going on here, but it's basically a 2D texture driving the shape of it, and this is basically saying multiply it, or scale it up so that it's ginormous, so I can cover the entire sky, and then it's doing some stuff. This is determining the direction the clouds move in, and then that's driving the texture, and then it's being driven by this here as well, which even the tutorial is explaining like he doesn't entirely know what this does, but basically this controls the size of like the individual clouds, and then there's also a volume texture. It's doing the exact same thing as the top texture here to also drive the shape of it. And then, density over here as well. And then, yeah, and then the color, which is being driven by that as well. And then there's some advanced stuff right there. So yeah, that's how the clouds work. And I gotta say, it looks incredible. Like I can take my directional light and just increase the intensity to about there. He was saying, the tutorial guy, Mr. Tutorial Man, was saying that 3.14 was a good intensity for like daytime lighting. Of course, I'm gonna have to change the colors of everything because it's still like, supposed to be nighttime. But like, honestly, I absolutely love how these clouds look. Like, it gives off such a dramatic effect to the scene. It's just really cool. Anyway, where I was going with all this was I procrastinated a lot. So I did that, and another thing I did too was I also, if I can just connect my controller real quick, there we go. So he can run, and that's all well and good, but he can also pull out a weapon. He has his own weapon state, and he can walk and run while holding the weapon. He slides his feet a little bit when he walks, and also the walking animation, he starts with his left foot, and then the running animation, he starts with his right foot, or vice versa, I can't remember. But that means that when he's like kind of halfway between running and walking, he just kind of does this with his feet. He's just kind of tap dancing. So that's something I gotta fix. But like, just the fact that I was able to, you know, get this set up in the first place means we're making some pretty good progress. So we're just gonna have this stream focus on the attack animations and getting that set up. So we're not even gonna be spending most of it here in Unreal Engine, we're gonna be spending most of it in Blender, but one more quick thing I just wanna show you is I just wanna platform on top of these platforms over here real quick. So this is just a fun little, like, as I add more gameplay gimmicks, I will add to this little obstacle course here. Like I'll have like a ledge grab mechanic for like over here where he has to like pull himself up onto like really high ledges, and like, you know, we'll do stuff like that. The more I add like stuff gameplay wise, the more I will expand this area here, and then maybe like, since I'm working on the attack stuff now, I can have probably like a big old platform over there where you have to like fight some enemies in order to progress. But yeah. Oh, and also I added it so that if you fall into the void, you just kind of start back where you left off in the middle of the level. So yeah, and you know what I might want to do is I might want to, as dramatic and cool as this looks, it's not really functional as a dev level. I'm just gonna set the colors and everything back to the way they were. And then just gotta change the skylight, just lower the intensity of that a little bit. To something like, we'll say like 5. Yeah, that looks good. So it's okay. So we're sitting here. It's still gonna be like an overcast day in the dev level, but now you can actually see what we're doing. So we'll just leave it at that. Yeah. So we still haven't dropped any frames. Good. The Ethernet cable's working. It's just very awkward how we have it set up. So yeah, let's pop into Blender. And let's get started, I think. So yeah, I just got to, oh, I also changed the way the rig works for when he goes into his attack animation. He has a control rig and a game rig. So the control rig is, you know, used to control the bones, obviously, but the mesh isn't parented to the control rig, it's parented to the game rig, which is just a representation of all the bones in his body that actually control the mesh. So like for the control rig, you have these little extra bones that like drive, you know, hand movement, and like these little extra bones out here that drive the elbow position and the knee position. Like that's all well and good, but when you export this into Unreal Engine, it includes these bones under the hierarchy of bones, which you don't want it to do, because I had a situation where I was trying to transition from a standing pose to an attack pose, and his arms would go up to the attack pose, but his hands would just be left by, like, down at his sides, leaving like the points between the wrist and the hands to be like really stretched out and like, you know, awkward, because like the hands are down here and the arms are up here, and it's like really terrible. So I spent all that time last night trying to troubleshoot that. So yeah, it's been great. It's been fun. It's been really, really fun. Let's go ahead and get started. So the game rig is just, it has this copy transforms bone, so that the control rig can move the game rig in exactly the way that the control rig is set up, if that makes sense. I think I need to go into pose mode here, just make sure all these bones are selected, and then there we go. All right, cool. So now the control rig is what's driving the movement of everything. I also want to take this. This is just a little test weapon I made, and I just want to put it in his hand, roughly like that, so that the origin point is like right at his hand here. I'm thinking so like right there, kinda. It doesn't have to be perfect as long as it's in his hand, sort of. there we go. That should work. Yeah, so let's see, where do I even start? I have this stuff here I should probably look at. Oh, shoot, I want to, before I do that, I want to actually take this and then parent it to this bone here, so that when his hand moves, the weapon should move with it. There we go. I was holding the weapon. All right. We want idle weapon. We want it to start here. I'm thinking just to get it set up, I want to make like a light swing from left to right and a light swing from right to left. Now, the reason he's choked up on his weapon here so much, there's all this room down here, is because the way I kind of want it to work is the weapon is always going to be parented to his right hand. So it's just going to be awkward to like switch between the two. I know there's a way that you're able to, but it's just really awkward, and I just want it so that he always has a leading hand and a following hand, and they'll be able to switch. So I'll just move the left hand from the top to the bottom if I need the right hand to be the leading hand for the swing. So yeah, now we just got to determine what poses would look good for his attack. I think you should make a big enemy with a big spinny air attack, that you can't react to. Let me see, there's no wind up. You just kind of walk up to him and he spins his big old weapon, and you try and block, but you can't. He doesn't get staggered by it, and you just gotta wait. Yeah, I think that's a good mechanic for an enemy. Yeah, no, that's a great idea. Also,
talking about? Not referencing anything, are you?
Hi, Cole. No, I'm being a good boy. I'm just thinking of enemy types to add to my game. You can't close that door all the way. There's an Ethernet cable in the way. Yeah, there you go. Oh, by the way, Wiljo, you shouldn't have to watch the stream in audio-only mode anymore. I hooked up my big old Ethernet cable from the living room to the computer, so hopefully that works better. Give him an unlockable fire move. Yeah, exactly. No, I'll give him an unlockable dodge roll, so that you have to wait until like halfway through the game in order to unlock the dodge roll, which is a basic movement mechanic. And yeah, oh good, you're free from jittery hell. Yeah, it works. This is still only a temporary solution because the Ethernet cable just kind of goes across the living room, like right in the middle of the living room, and it's still like really taut. So yeah, it's not going to be a permanent solution, but hopefully I can buy a longer Ethernet cable and maybe a Wi-Fi extender to fix that. But yeah, you can actually watch the stream now. So yay, that's progress. All right, enough talk. Let's do this. I'm thinking it might be easier to have him attack from left to right first. And it's not gonna be much of a big deal if it just kind of cuts from his idle to his attack. Oh, it still lags? Damn. I'm sorry to hear that. It's a shame. We'll get them next time, folks. We'll get them next time. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to test that on like other, setups to see if it works better. But yeah, for now, I'm just gonna worry about this. So we need to have him twist his body. Maybe something like that. And then we want his hands to kind of come over here. And we want the sword. I'm not worried about his other arm for now. I'm just getting this set up. I just want to get the poses set up before I worry about anything else, the specific things. So his hand is gonna be here. Something like that, maybe. Yeah, so it's gonna come from behind him, and then he's gonna swing in front of him. I almost wonder if he should like lean down like this way, so that his shoulder is more like lower, and then his elbow can kind of come down here. Why be twisting for stabbing? Well, he's gonna do like a horizontal swing. So it's gonna be like, like that in front of him. I don't know if you're able to see that, but it's gonna be like a big horizontal arc in front of him. He ain't gonna stab yet. So yeah, that looks good. I just gotta fix his other arm now. So we're just gonna, let's see, how am I gonna do this? His other arm should be twisted this way, I think. I know it looks really messed up now, but I'm gonna just fix his elbow. And then his hand's gonna twist downwards like that. Because he's gonna guide. I'm almost wondering if it would be better if his hand was over here. But no, his arms would just get in the way and it'd be messy. So his other hand's gotta be here. I just gotta carefully position these so it looks almost decent. You should interview the Red Ranger in Power Rangers Wild Force for stabbing accuracy. I assume he knows a lot. I assume he knows much in the way of the stab. There we go. So his feet are already in a good position. Actually, you know what? I lied. No, they're not. So the way the attacking is going to work is you're going to be able to build combos based on the type of swing you do, whether it's from right to left or left to right. But you're also going to, like if you hit the button quickly during a combo, you're going to be able to do a light or heavy swing. You're going to be able to do a light swing from left to right. And he's going to stay in the same spot that he was in when he does that swing. I want his feet to kind of be in like a neutral position for that. And then when he does the heavy swing, he's gonna step forward and do it. He murders his roommate by stabbing him. Ooh, damn. That's pretty crazy. Honestly, this is a pretty good pose. I kind of like this pose a lot. It's a pretty good, badass looking pose. Gotta make sure it looks good from all angles here. Yeah, I think I like it. I like this pose. All right, let's go ahead and keyframe it. Very good, and this will be called, this will be from left to right. So light L to R. I don't know if I'll call it differently later, but these don't contribute to building the combo. This is just like extra chip damage in the middle of your combo that you can pull off. And then as you keep doing these light swings, they slowly become like slower and do less damage to encourage you to finish your combo, basically. Is it gonna be RTS with light, medium, heavy, or is it gonna be like auto 3-hit? Just that the combo building is gonna be, so you press the attack button for the first time, it's going to be a heavy hit. You can't do a light hit as the first hit of your combo. Then, if you press the button quickly after you do the first hit, you're just going to be able to do these like quick light hits in the middle of your combo. And then once you feel like you've done enough damage with the light hits, you can keep doing, if you wait a little bit and then press the button, you'll do a heavy hit to continue to build the combo basically. And then after like 4 hits, you'll do like a combo finisher basically. So yeah, I'm just, in order to get the attacking working in my game, I'm just gonna do the light hits for now. So let's see, yeah, that looks good. I gotta keyframe that. And then I gotta find out. So I must have accidentally, can I control Z that? Okay, and then, there we go, that's better. So I gotta figure out who's gonna go. Since this is a light hit, maybe it'll last like 20 frames? Yeah, we can give that a try. Going for move staling is an interesting approach. Most of these types of games go for hit stun decay to limit combos. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, there's gonna be hit stun in this game too. I'll have to figure that out in a bit. But yeah. So it's gonna be like once the you stagger the enemy, you can do like a bunch of light hits, and then as you do them, then not only will that attack become more and more stale, but also the enemy can just kind of bounce out of it, or maybe like block it or retaliate. It's not going to be like Kingdom Hearts where it's like he retaliates in a way that you can't read. Like I'm thinking like if the enemy's going to retaliate, he's going to like block your hit, and then you'll have a chance to like dodge out of the way of his next hit or something. But Dream Out Distance Routes, no hit stun for bosses. I mean, there's no hit stun in Kingdom Hearts, period. As far as I know. Hit stun's such a cool mechanic, and it's a shame that it's not used that often in at least Kingdom Hearts. I know, hold on. Before I continue my thought, I just want to figure out. So this is frame 20. I'm just trying to figure out where the sword should end up. There is? I haven't noticed, I guess. But you know what? I'm thinking of, I'm not thinking of hit stun, I'm thinking of hit stop. Where when you attack an enemy, everything like freezes for a bit to like give it more impact. I think that's what I'm thinking of. Because it's such a cool effect to like give weight to the attacks. Okay, I'm certain there is. I haven't noticed it, like that effect being used. Because it's also good because once you hit the enemy, you can like see better of like how they're gonna react. Like even when you like guard, in some games there's like that hit stop effect. I'm just trying to think of like in Smash, because there's crazy hit stop in that game. To like be able to make it easier to read what your opponent's gonna be doing. That's what the first Sakurai video, yeah. It's such a cool effect. Okay, there we go. There's his elbow fixed. His arm's gotta, so eventually he's gonna let go with his left hand, and then he's gonna continue the swing with his right hand. So his arm's gotta come out like a lot here. Oh God, it's so twisty. It's so twisty. It's so WarioWare twisted. Okay, there we go. His elbow's gotta come like way back. Like that. In order for that to work, and it's also gotta come up maybe. Like that. I don't want it to be too high because it started low. Warrior Twisted was such a game. I remember playing the original WarioWare on an emulator, and I also have the new WarioWare game for the Switch. And that's my entire experience with WarioWare. It's such a good game series. I wish I got to play it more. Another game I want to play more is like Wario Land, those Wario Land games, because I'm watching Cole play Pizza Tower right now, and it just looks so fun. And I know a lot of what Pizza Tower is about is based on Wario Land. It just looks like so much fun. I just want to give it a try. I want to try it out. Shout out to Yoshi Gravitational Pole. Damn. All right, I'm gonna give this a keyframe and let's see what it looks like. So he starts here, and then, oh boy, oh baby. Okay, yeah, I knew this wasn't gonna work out right away. 20, there we go. Pizza Tower Reek of Wario Land 4, that's what it looks like. But he had me try it for a little bit, and it feels so satisfying to play. Like the levels are, or at least the first level, is like easy enough to sight read, but still feels really satisfying to play. And then I assume as you play more of the game and get more nuanced with the mechanics and stuff, then it becomes like, now you know what you're doing. So of course the levels get harder, but like it just gets more and more satisfying because you're able to, you know, use more of the gameplay mechanics, but it doesn't like lose its satisfaction at the start, which is very important. But yeah, it's just a really fun game. All right, so frame 10. Frame 10 is gonna be when the attack is out at its fullest. So we'll just go ahead and make that pose now. So his arm's gonna be out here. And where's his elbow? His elbow is gonna be over here. There we go. So his arm needs to be twisted like that. That seems too twisted. Let's see, how would you hold it? How would you hold a sword? So if I'm over here, his arm needs to be, if the sword's gonna stick straight out, then his arm needs to be like all the way over here. Oops, oops, oh God, did not mean to stop. Thank you, jeez, did not mean to do that. So if the sword's sticking straight out, his arm needs to be like all the way over here. I've gotten Pizza Tower Infinite games I have backlog on. I mean, same. I'm kind of in the same situation. I really want to play Yakuza Kiwami 1, because I know that's next in the series of Yakuza games after 0. And I know they're making a new Yakuza game with all the characters returning from Yakuza 0. You know, the fancy Roy reverse grip? I mean, yeah. Exactly. So yeah, that's a game I want to play. But I'm currently trapped, believe it or not, playing Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Because I just have to know. I mean, the only reason I'm playing Birth by Sleep right now is because I want to get a feel for what the gameplay is like before, because I know the plot of all the games. I've seen enough summary videos to know what the plot is for all the games, but I just want to know how the gameplay feels And like maybe if there's something in the plot that I might have missed watching the summary videos. Why did I do that to myself? Because I like pain and suffering, apparently. But yeah, and I mean, so far, in my opinion, I know people have said that Birth by Sleep, even compared to Kingdom Hearts 2, has the best gameplay, quote unquote. I just don't think so. I honestly think Birth by Sleep has the worst gameplay out of all of them. Especially with, I don't know if Cole's watching the stream right now, but the big buff himbo character that you meet in the game, because you have to start with him. Just him having the worst, like, laggy moves and, like, just being the slowest out of all of them just really does not sell that game well for me. Yeah, there we go. That's a good swing. See, how does that look at full speed? Oh, that's a pretty good swing. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is a swing. I just got to figure out, because the hand's kind of bugging out a little bit back here. Ooh, yeah, the hand does a little bit of a front flip there for some reason. Most mid Kingdom Hearts ever, yeah. I don't hear a lot of people talking about it too much. I did hear someone mention that it had the best gameplay, but I just don't believe that at all. Birth by Sleep hates buff himbo, no dash, invincibility frames. Exactly. I was on the fight with the big leader man who does the Mark of Mastery as big buff himbo man, and that fight just sucked so much. It really punishes you for not level grinding, and since the Disney Worlds go by so fast, then it's like it just barely gives you a chance and they could just kill you in one hit. It's like the game made for level grinding. I like the plot for what it's worth. I mean, that's the thing, is it's like got one of the most important like plot moments in the entire game, because those characters come up again. And it's like, well, I have to play it now in order to learn the plot. The game's with sad endings. I mean, yeah, that's fair. No, so far, the plot is what I expected it to be, you know, because like I said, I'm still trying to figure out why this hand's doing a front flip here. I wonder if I Uno reverse the front flip and then keyframe it at the end here, if that fixes it. Nope. For some reason, it still just does a neat little front flip there. Wait, what if I make this, oops. If I make this linear. Nope, still does a front flip. That's very weird. That was a loud noise. Birth by Sleep was on PS2 and played like Kingdom Hearts 2. Yeah, shame it was a PSP game. I'll be right back. I'm gonna see if Cole's doing all right, because I just heard a really loud noise in the living room, and I just want to check on him real quick. Give me just 1 second. You good? You hurt yourself, or? Okay, so as it turns out, that was the sound of Cole getting frustrated at Smash. So yeah, I just gotta associate big loud noises in the living room with Cole getting frustrated at Smash. So there we go. Early on wasn't unavailable? Yeah, it seemed like because at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2, the secret movie, is for Birth by Sleep. So it seemed like the next mainline big game in the Kingdom Hearts series. The Wild Force Red actor. He, apparently someone was playing as Sonic and they just ran around the stage as a funny little guy. Just annoyed the shit out of him, and him just coming out of playing Kingdom Hearts 2 for an hour and a half and losing like all that progress and just getting infuriated. I can do nothing but fear for his safety. I'm still trying to figure out how to fix this hand front flip. Is it because of the elbow? No, it's not because of the elbow. The elbow moves naturally. I don't know why it feels, the bone feels like it has to take this long trek in order to line itself up for, I wonder if it's because of this keyframe right here. So how does it transition? All right, the hand's got to move anyway because the sword just kind of goes through the hand. So that can't happen. You know what, for frame 5, let's have the hand still be attached to the sword. Just kind of move the elbow over here. And then he'll be like preparing to let go, but like not entirely. So we'll just kind of position it sort of right, right here-ish. And then we can move this arm back a little bit just to line it up better. There we go. So I'm gonna open up his fingers. Oops, I need to local and individual origin. There we go. Open up his fingers. Preparing to let go of the sword. There we go. And then his thumb can just open up like that as well. There we go. So his hand will just be like right here. So I'll just keyframe all that. So his hand still does the front flip. Well, okay, it's because I didn't update this keyframe yet, so I have to do that. Let me just get rid of the hand movement and see what it does. It still does a front flip. Why are you doing a front flip? Why does the hand feel the need to do a front flip? All right, let me get rid of this keyframe. See how you like that? And then let me get rid of all the keyframes for the fingers too, because the fingers need to stay in the same position as it continues with the animation. We just need to delete those keyframes. So the hand's gonna stay in the same position for that entire moment. All right. So on frame 20, let's have his arm go back in this direction. So it's kind of being like flung back a little bit. So something along these lines. And then it can just kind of be like that a little bit. There we go. Oh, that's a good pose. I feel like you might need to lean forward a little more. Let me take both of these hands and his pelvis and just kind of lean forward a little. And then maybe something along those lines there. Yeah, all right, good. That's a good pose. I like that. I like that pose a lot. I'm doing this on the wrong frame, so I'm just gonna copy that pose and paste it, and then keyframe it on the right keyframe, and let's see how that looks. Yeah, all right, we fixed the hand front flip. We fixed the weird hand front flip. Okay, good. Now we just need to, because the sword still kind of phases through the hand here a little bit. So on frame 10, we just kind of need to move the arm up a little more, and then maybe out like that. And then we can like sort of it like here a little bit. Oh, that's a cool pose. I like that pose. That's a good pose. All right, keyframe it. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's a good swing. I'm gonna play it a little slower. 30 frames per second. Let's see how that looks. Yeah. I like that. I like that. That's a good swing. The elbow, okay, you know what? Now I'm noticing the elbow does something a little weird on his right arm there. So let's go ahead and fix that. That pose is the Roy pose in the Smash Ultimate mural. Let me look that up real quick so that I can understand the reference. Roy Smash mural. Or Smash, or I'll just look up Smash mural. Oh, here he is. Oh yeah, it does kinda. He's like, Hold on, what frame is that? It's like, yeah, it's like here. It's like, I'm ready to fight for justice. I'm Roy. I'm Mr. Roy Fire Emblem. That's good. Back to chat. All right. Oh yeah, his elbow does something weird over here, so I just want to fix that. Around, yeah, here. Let's just go ahead and... Is it because the arm is a little too far out for this frame? I think so. So now we'll just kind of make some adjustment frames here. So we'll just do that. Now, I feel like the elbow bends a little bit too much here, so this can be a bit further out. Let's try that. There we go. Oh, that's better. Mostly looking at it from the top view. I feel like his arm can be thrown further back for this frame though. Or maybe twisted. In that direction, just so it's not too twisted. Yeah, that's better. That, I like that. That is much better. All right, let's see it at full speed. Yeah, I like that. That's a good swing. I like that swing. All right, so here's what we're gonna do now. In her sword measuring contest with Sephiroth, yeah, he does got a pretty long sword. That is a big stick he's wielding there. I won't deny that. Yeah, so here's what we're gonna do now. We have this, we're just gonna push it down to the NLA stack. And then we're going to come into object mode and then come into our game rig. And then what we're gonna do is, since our game rig, if we uncheck these, the game rig has its own actions baked from the control rig actions. So we're just gonna do the same thing here. We're just gonna, since the game rig is moving based on the control rig, we're going to come to frame 0 to frame 20, hit F3, we'll search for bake action. And we wanna clear, we wanna check everything except for clear constraints. And that should do it. Actually, you know what? Nah, shoot, I think I did the wrong thing. I have to go to pose mode first. And then select all the bones, and then bake action. Failed to find object animation bake action. Because I'm not supposed to do it in pose mode or what? I forget how I did this last time. How did I do this last time? I have to enable the control rig. Okay, by bake action. All right, this is an object mode that I'm doing this in. Doesn't seem like it's doing anything. Only because if I clear all the constraints for the game rig, then yeah, then it's just nothing. It doesn't do anything. I need to bring all that back. Let's go ahead and delete these keyframes, or just clear out that action. Let's try and figure out what I'm doing wrong here. I literally did this before. I have to make the action first before I bake it. Right, that's the control. I apologize, I'm forgetting what exactly I'm supposed to be doing here. So, I apologize if this is just gonna be me trying to figure things out for a bit. I summoned that guy from the first stream, yeah. I remember that guy. Such a big help to me on that first stream, honestly. Let me try making the action, and then, so if I hit F3, I hit bake action, it says failed to find object animation bake action. The reason it's saying that is because I need to be in object mode, then I get this object tab up here, and then it's basically when I hit F3, it's trying to find it in the menu to bake action, which is right here. And it couldn't find it when I was in pose mode, so I have to do it in object mode. Oh, only selected bones. So does that mean that all these bones weren't selected? All the bones are selected. Rest assured. Object, animations. Oh, I can't even find it now. There it is. Bake action. Bake data, pose. Nothing to bake. Yes, there is something to bake. The animation, my dude. All right, the object. Yeah, of course there's, what are you doing? What are you doing to me? There's basically an export. The issue is he's not getting enough calcium and his bones are weak. My boy needs to drink more milk. My boy needs to give in to Big Milk. Give Big Milk all of his money. How it works. Literally how it works. How did I do this last time? Because I literally had to do this from to get all the animations to work for this rig. Do I have to look up the tutorial again? My God. I'm crazy with milk in the 90s? Yeah. I know that was like that biggest ad campaign of all time is the whole Got Milk thing. Check the VOD. I didn't record it. I didn't record myself doing this, which is the sucky part. I'm gonna probably have to load up the tutorial again because I forget how I did this before. History. Oh God, I watched all these YouTube videos. Since I watched the tutorial, I'm gonna scroll down really far in my history to find it. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God, it's a mess. Oh God, it's a mess. All right, I found it. right, nope, that's the wrong one. Oh god, it started at the top again. Come on. Find the thing I'm looking for, please. Please, I'm begging you. Did I scroll too far? God dang it. Where are you? Where art thou? Where art thou, tutorial? There it is.
Hi everyone.
Hi everyone. Okay, yep. Bake actions to the game rig. Alright. Tell me, Mr. CG Dive, how do I bake the actions to the game rig? Alright, you ready to hear some good tutorial action?
Now these actions are on the control rig. I want to bake them on the game rig before I can export them.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to do.
This is also something that I'm going to cover in more details later, but for now, here is the quick workflow. I'll go to
tell me.
game rig, pose mode, select all bones, press spacebar or F3 depending on your settings, and search for bake action. In here,
he does it in pose mode.
tick all options except for clear constraints and press OK. And now we...
Wait, he does it in pose mode. The heck? Yes, the nice Swedish man was able to explain it to me very well. No, he did it all in pose mode. Which is like, okay, select all bones, hit F3. Bake action. Ah, I see. So the problem was, when I searched it, I was in object mode. So when you hit F3, it pulls up the last thing that you searched, like the last setting that you searched. And it was trying to find it in the menu object, the submenu animation, and the action bake action. So when I was in pose mode and it brought up the last thing I searched, it brought up object, animation, bake action. No, if I have to search bake action, now it's pulling it from the menu pose, the submenu animation, and the action bake action. So it was all Blender just being really nitpicky and getting into semantics. There it is. That took longer than it needed to. Okay, good. I'm gonna call this L, or light L2R, because that's what I called it last time. It's gonna rename it to 0.001. Yep, beautiful. All right, let's go ahead and push that down. And there we go. Thank you, kind Swedish man, for telling me how to do the thing. Very cool. All right. And after all this time, the animation still looks really nice. I like it a lot. All right, let's do this. So, in object mode, we need to select the Skelly. We need to select the Skelly man. We're going to select this animation, and we are going to go to File, Export, FBX, and we're going to just call this L, light L2R. And we're going to do only selected objects. I only have the armature selected. That's redundant, I didn't have to do that, but that's fine. There's no geometry. We want only to form bones, and we want and not bake all actions. We want to do it only with the NLA strips. So let's give this a try and see if it works. So now back in Unreal Engine, we can go ahead and come to our models, characters, Jimmy, animations, and let's see if I can import them. So let's give this a try, see if it works. All right, so far so good. Jimmy Skeleton, and import. All right, it looks like it worked. Let's see. Let's see, did it work? Ah, there it is. There it is. That's the swing we know and love. That's a good swing right there. Hell yeah. All right, we got it to work. All right, now that we have this one animation in here, let's go ahead and save it. And actually, I'm gonna make a new folder in the animations folder. And just call it attack animations. What happened to Ohio? It's blue now. Yeah, I made Ohio blue. Actually, it's a good name for this dev level. It's just Ohio. That's what it is. This is, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ohio. No, it's blue now, because I changed the lighting and I gave it dramatic clouds. Because I was procrastinating and I wanted to make dramatic clouds. So yeah, that's why. So I'm just gonna put all of my bad choice color. You think so? Oh, you know what? You're right. Should have been purple. God dang it. You're absolutely right. Well, I'll know that for next time. Oops. All right, so we have that. Let's go ahead and make it so that, all right, so now what we have to do is we have to go to our blueprint for Jimmy. If Unreal Engine will cooperate with me and not just freeze on me for no reason. There we go, beautiful. So I have this temporary like attack thing here. We can come into our graph and we can, so I have this function here called set attacking, which basically just puts the test weapon in the player's hands when you press the button, and that's all this does. So it sets the variable attacking and it puts the weapon in the character's hands, and then I have this down here, which is a delay set to time until not attacking. So I have that set for 10 seconds. As it counts down, it's going to see if the weapon is even in the hand in the first place and then destroy it and then set attacking to false. So that's what that does. But now I need to just so attack 1 is yeah, a magic sword. It's gonna despawn when you stop attacking, and we'll get to that once I start actually designing the weapon. But for now, it's just what it's gonna be doing. Under input, I have, so he swings from left to right. So I need to connect it to attack 1, which is the X button. If you press X, he swings from left to right. And if you press square, he swings from right to left. And there will be a setting in game if you want to reverse that. So attack 1, I just need to come off here and do play anim montage. And then we just need to make the, where is it? Animations, back. We need to make this an anim montage. Now, we are going to enable root motion on this because when we attack, we don't want the character to still be able to move while he's attacking. And we also want the blend time to be a little lower, just so it doesn't blend between them too slowly. 0.05 we'll try. Now, where is root motion? Is that in the actual animation? Not the montage? Where is it? Enable root motion. There we go. Save that. Now in the montage, that should all be well and good. So in the player, go ahead and play our little animation there. And does direction you swing from matter? It will. It's not going to matter too much, but it's going to be like just an extra way to build combos. But there will be enemies where like they'll be dodging in one direction and you have to swing in another direction. So if I press X, okay, he wants to swing real badly, but he just He just can't bring himself to do it. He's such an innocent little child. He just can't bring himself to attack. So we gotta fix that. Does that have to do with the blend time? Oh, is it because it's trying to play both montages at the same time? Because when I... oh, that'd be under... let's see, pacifist route unlocked. It's true. He's like, he really wants to, but he just can't bring himself to do it. ABP. All right, what's the big idea? What is the big idea? Do I have to, I wonder if I add like a 0.2 second delay after I set the attacking. I just want to see what this looks like. Now it's just 0.2 seconds before he stutters and doesn't bring himself to full commission. So that's great. That's cool. What am I doing wrong? This is a puzzle. Oi, oi, Luke. This sure is a puzzle that we have to solve. On our own. So let's walk through how this works. So we have the player presses attack 1, which is X. As soon as the player presses X, I should see if the player is already in attacking. So I should have a branch. So is the player attacking? If it's true, then we don't really have to set it. And if it's false, we do have to set it. And both of those are going to go into the anim montage. So if this works, then the first hit he should still stutter, but the second hit, maybe it'll work. So he stutters. He's still stuttering. He still doesn't want to attack. What's going on? The big idea. Is it something to do with... No? Because the blend time is 0.05 no matter what. It's something to do with in here, I think. But all set attacking is doing is it's setting the variable to be true and just spawning the weapon in his hand. And then it's attaching it to the player. That's all that's doing. It has no bearing on the animation at all. But as soon as the attacking variable is turned on, then in the animation blueprint, it sets it so that if attacking is true, he enters this battle ready attack stance. But like, it's not like it's setting the variable every time I hit the X button. Like the variable is always going to be set. So what's the big idea? Play anim montage. That's the attack. And then it starts the 10-second delay. And then just destroys the actor. It sets attacking to false. There's no... This is the only thing to control the animation. Do I have to look at another tutorial? Do I have to look at another Swedish man tell me things? I wonder if right, you know what? I'm gonna just try and instead of all this, I'm just gonna disconnect all these, kind of move that to the side, and then, so as soon as you press the X button, it plays the montage. He's not gonna have a weapon in his hand yet. I just wanna see what happens and just kind of rebuild it up from there. So, press the X button, it plays the montage. It's still, okay. He's still like stuttering, no matter what. So it has to do with the montage. Where would we be without Swedish Men and Ping? Yeah, Ping from famous movie Mulan and a famous character in famous game series Kingdom Hearts. It's true. All right, so it has to do with this. Does it have to do with the blend time? Blend mode in, those are the only two options, and I have no idea what internalization means. Requires an internalization node somewhere in the graph after any slot node used by, yeah, I'm not using that. Do I have to set this to be lower? 0.01? Oops, I didn't have no lock on. 0.01. Okay. Doesn't seem to be making much of a difference. You know what? I'm gonna, just to have a better visual of it, I'm gonna put the weapon in his hand. You know what? I'm gonna have him start with the weapon in his hand. So event begin play. I'm just gonna come in here and steal this code. Or yeah, just set attacking. I'm just gonna steal this. So Control C, and then back here, Control V. Let's go ahead and plug you in. So he's gonna start the game with the sword in his hand. Okay, he has the sword in his hand. If I press X, he does kind of a partial swing, but like not really. It almost seems like it is going a little bit further, but it's stopping too soon. So this is just a matter of making this even lower? 0.005? That's so weird. Oh. It's starting sooner, but it's still ending at the same spot, which is weird. Mama Sleep Boy, have a good rest of stream. Be careful. The Wild Force Red actor doesn't get you. Oh, I'll sure be careful. Thanks for the hot tip. I appreciate it. And you have a good night. Have a good sleep. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep working on trying to fix this. So every time I changed this value, it does start earlier. Oh, blend out trigger time? Is this why? Good luck, thanks man, I appreciate it. Blend out trigger time. Let's make this lower, minus 0.05. Will this fix it? Nope, doesn't look like it. Okay, good. What other options do we have? Let me try 0.0001. Make it a really low number. Let's just give that a try. And it has to be negative, apparently. Oops. Okay, so that isn't affecting anything. Good to know. Let's go ahead and reset that. Let's go ahead and reset this. So that we're back to square. Okay. So the original blend mode did have an effect on it. So we do want to set this to like 0.001. Because it's a really short animation, so okay. We want it to play in its entirety. We don't care how janky the blending is, because you're not even going to be able to notice it. The problem I'm having now is blending out. Enable auto blend out. Let's turn that off and give that a try. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, he's Naruto running. Oh my god, he's Naruto running. Why is he Naruto running? My boy is Naruto running. Why are you anime running, my dude? He's go Nyam. I gotta defeat the Mechazoid. Nyam. You don't understand my power. Nyam. Well, at least it works. Cole says it's apparently called an Okage. The Hokage is a group of... Okay, got it. I understand. Thanks for the anime knowledge, Cole. I appreciate it. Okay, so... Alright, so in the animation blueprint, I think it's because, yeah, I got all this going on. The reason for all of this is I wanted to try and make it so that the legs would be separate from the torso in terms of like movement, so that he could still like walk while he had his weapon out. But I already made specific walk and run animations for when he has his weapon out already, so we honestly don't even need all that. So we can just get rid of that. So if we compile, save. Now, when he turns his head and does the swing, it should actually affect his legs as well. But now it's not even doing. Now it's not even doing in the first place. It is stopping him in his tracks. So that's pretty exciting. How am I gonna... Yeah, so none of this matters because this isn't being affected by anything, so we can honestly just close that. All I want is for the animation montage to play whenever you swing your sword from side to side. Okay, let's just make sure, because when I made... I'm just trying to see, because when I made that system for this whole thing, I had to do something in order to determine like the bone that it would affect. I think that was in a note I already deleted. Maybe I don't have to worry about that. I was just trying to see if maybe that was an issue. Is it? Oh, you know what? Did deleting all that make it so that I couldn't even... Okay. Yeah, because, okay, so we need this in order to even play animation montages in the first place. So what if I just attach these and get rid of everything else? Alright, so now we play it, press X. Alright, he does the full swing and it looks good, and he's not like turning his head weirdly. And he is stopping in his tracks when he swings, which is what I want. The problem is, now he's not returning to the original position after the swing. And that was because we unchecked this box, enable auto blend out, which lets him play the full animation, but it doesn't return him to the original animation. So I wonder if, so how long is this animation? It's 0.32 seconds. That's what it's telling me. So we need to delay for 0.32 seconds. And then we need to tell it to stop anim montage. That one. This is all temporary. This isn't gonna be how I'm gonna do it. I know there's a way to optimize it, but I just want to see if it works. It does in fact work. He plays the full animation and then he continues on his journey. So that's good. That's what we want. And the full animation looks really good. All right, beautiful. All right, so that's good. So now we just need to plug everything back into the way it used to be. So I'm gonna Control X these. I'm gonna have attack 1 connect to attack 1. And then if the player's attacking is false, we need to set attacking. And then if it's true, we're going to go into another series of collapse nodes. I'm going to Control V this. Need to play and a montage, connect them both to this. So there's that, and then this connects to that. Now this should work. There we go. And now he's holding the weapon in his hand. Except we need to just come back here and get rid of this, because we don't need this anymore. Okay, there we go. He swings and he goes into his attack pose. And it blends really nicely. Except for the fact that no matter what, the sword goes away even if you are attacking. So let's just go ahead and fix that. So in here, we just need to So we need to, before here, constantly, if you're pressing the X button, we need to set time until not attacking to honestly, I wonder if I can do this, because I want the variable time until not attacking to be adjustable. So I'm gonna set it to its default value every time you press the X button. So it's not like, so the delay value is only taking time until not attacking and counting it down from there. Actually, you know what? Instead of this delay node, I want to see if I can. Actually, you know what? No, let's bring the delay node back. Only because I'm worried this isn't gonna work, because the delay node will have already been fired. And no matter how many times you fire this section, it's not gonna run any of this until this value, which is 10, until 10 seconds pass. And so no matter what, no matter how hard you try to fire all of this area of code, once this reaches 0, it's gonna fire this. So this isn't gonna do anything. So, in my opinion, this might not be something worth worrying about quite yet. So we'll get to that. I'm thinking maybe we work on the right to left swing next. and continue from there. So let's go ahead and keep testing this real quick. So that looks good, looks great. And then no matter what, if he keeps swinging, then yeah, it's gonna go back to normal. Now there's another problem I'm having, and I wonder if it'll work now. So I'm pressing the square button, which is attack 2. Yeah, because that's the jump button. I'm pressing square, which is attack 2, and in my code, I have it specifically set. Oh, apparently not in this case. All right, well, let's see if that fixed it. It did not. Okay, so the problem still persists. I'm pressing the square button, and nothing's happening. So when I press the square button, it's supposed to fire attack 2, and then set attacking without doing an attack because it's not connected to any of that. But it's still supposed to set attacking to true. So if I go into here, attack 2 is gamepad face button left, which is the square button. And yep, that gets updated. So yep, gamepad face button left is the square button that I'm pressing. If I come in here, oops, go to the event graph. Instead of the input action that I set, if I just search for gamepad face button left. So instead of the input action that I made in the project settings, if I just take the gamepad face button left and connect it in here, and break that, will it work? It does not. So that's, does it have to do with the controller? The square button works on this controller. You saw it work when I set the button up here. So I just don't know why none of these are firing. Why this isn't firing. So, I mean, that's a problem I'll have to worry about later. Well, you know what? It's a problem I'm gonna have to worry about as soon as I'm done making the right to left light swing here, because I'm going to have to set it to that button. So you know what? I'll just think about it while I'm working on this now. So, I'd say let's just get started. So we're gonna disable that. And we're going to come back to our control rig, and we can disable that in the control rig as well. We're going to enable idle weapon, except we're going to copy the positions of the feet and the torso because I liked the stance he's in. And then we're going to just disable that. We'll disable this too, and then we'll make a new action. And then I'm just gonna control V, and I'm just gonna put a keyframe here just to get it started. We're gonna call this light R to L. So his torso probably gonna be starting from over here and gonna be twisted in this direction. And then his head's gonna try and look straight forward. And then his arm is going to start from over here. And we're gonna kind of try and do the same thing we did before. So we're gonna rotate that down. And we're gonna rotate it this, we're gonna rotate it this way. That's actually a good position, I think. Because we are going to put his arm back here. So he's gonna actually, you know what? It'd make more sense if it was on his side. So his right arm should be, I'm just trying to mimic it in real life, try and see what it would look like. So It's gonna be like that. It's gonna be upside down. And it's gonna be over here. And we're just gonna put it there. And his elbow is gonna go back here. Shoulder going to come back like that. So put his arm down a little bit. It's kind of a heavy sword. It's gonna be kind of put down a little bit. Let's move his shoulder up a little more, and then let's put his other hand. His left hand is gonna be the leading hand. Or his left hand's gonna be the following hand. His right hand's gonna be the leading hand. And it's gonna be face down as he... And this swing's gonna be with both hands. So the other swing was with one hand, and this swing's gonna be with both hands. Yeah. I'm just trying to think about how it's gonna work in my head in order to do this successfully here. So we'll just go ahead and do that. We'll just go ahead and do a little bit of this. Come down here. And let's line it up. Now, I know it's not perfect yet, but we'll get to that point in just a bit. Go ahead and twist his torso so it would make more sense. Give him the old twist. There we go. And then this arm can come back like that. And his wrist still looks fine. Alright, so... I feel like... Nah, let's... Since we twisted it back, let's go ahead and twist this back a little bit more. And maybe come down here a little bit. Now his wrist is very twisted, so we can probably fix his elbow a little bit. His elbow would have to like... How would his elbow work? Oh god, it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. Let's start it like this, maybe. Yeah, his wrist still looks fine. Arm still looks fine. Maybe we can pull it out a little more. And then this hand. So you kind of need to have it twisted like this a little bit. I don't know, something like that. And this hand. And come on here. It's still very like... Maybe this hand could just come in a little bit more like that. And then maybe we could fix his elbow. So it just comes out more like that. So he's holding on to it with both hands. Looking forward at you. So when he swings, both hands are going to be like way out in front of him. I'm just thinking like, yeah, no, that's actually a good position for the elbow to be in. I'm just concerned about this elbow, if it doesn't look like dramatic enough. But no, that's how it would look. At least I'm pretty sure. And then his shoulder can just come in like that, all dramatically. Actually, I don't know if it should be that far. Okay, that's better. That looks more natural. I'm not gonna lie, it still looks a little awkward. I almost wonder if the sword should be... Oops. Oh, god dang it. I didn't mean to do that. Alright, we're good though. We're good. If the sword should be like down here a little more. You know what? I feel like that makes more sense. The sword's down there like that. and then this is up here. Kind of like that, maybe. Okay, from the back it looks good, from the front it looks good. From the side, it does look a little weird, especially with his shoulder. So maybe his torso just needs to be twisted a little more. Okay, yeah, that looks better. Front it looks good. And from this side, it does look a little awkward, but I wonder if that's just because there's no context for motion quite yet. So, you know, I'm just gonna keyframe it and let's just continue. Let's have the finishing pose now. So on frame 20, torso is gonna be coming over here, and this arm is gonna, well, let's have a twist. Have a twist more this way. And then his head like that. And then his arm that has the sword is gonna come out, and we'll just, oops, that's his other hand. This elbow can kind of come out like that, and then the arm is gonna be like twisted like this, and then it's gonna, oh god, this is an absolute mess. There we go. Just give that a try, I suppose. It's gotta dramatically twist over this direction now that he's fulfilled the duration of the animation. It doesn't have to go all the way to his side, it just kind of has to. I wonder if I twist this like that, and just sort of make his elbow, that's his other elbow. Where's his elbow? Is this his elbow? This is his elbow. If I just make his elbow come underneath here, if that'll resolve some of the twisting, yeah, that looks better. Honestly, yeah, I like that pose. I don't know about a finishing pose though, if it looks good for that context. So I almost wonder if it should be like coming in like from this way, this angle, this direction. Oh god. His wrist is very twisted. I'm not a big fan of that, but like, is anyone gonna notice? I mean, not that these animations are gonna be final anyway. I'm just kind of blocking it in so that I can at least have the programming done, and then I'll work on the better visuals later. Like, because I know there's a lot of things that I want to do with this model that I haven't done. Like, I know I already fixed the hair, but I want to make it even better than it currently is, because like it looks good from the front. The back, the back and the top kind of looks like a spaghetti monster a little bit. So I'm fully aware of that. That I want to fix. I also want to fix some of the weight painting still, but you know, one thing at a time. I just want a functioning game first with good gameplay, and then I'll worry about all that later, because I get way too in my head about I have to stop working on the project because it doesn't look good. I have to just be like, no, it's not gonna look good yet. I'm gonna come back and work on it. It's not unfixable. So I just have to get that in my head before anything else. So how does that look? Kind of looks like he's like crossing his arms, like, yeah, I did that. I did the swing. Are you proud of me, Mom? Very good. I just wonder if the sword should face down a little bit more, and then his arm come down like that. That way his shoulder can come out a little more, or his torso really, like that. Head still has to stay facing forward. And then go and line his hand back up again. There we go. That looks good. I like that. That's a good pose. It looks good. Yep. All angles. I can make this shoulder come out a little. Yep. All right. Looks good. So let's keyframe that. And now, how does it look? Very, very weird. Okay, good. Wait, do his hands don't switch, do they? His right hand is on top, and his left hand is coming behind. And then when it transitions here, it's still his right hand to the front, and his left hand is behind. Okay, it just looks, I don't know. It just looked weird when it was transitioning, but that's fine. All right, so this is going to be the crux of the swing. So we can probably make his torso like go like, ha. He's like really leaning into it. And we'll bring his hands out. And then this hand needs to go, ha. I'm gonna poke you. I'm gonna poke you. Poke you with my stick. It's very good. Okay. The shoulder can be brought back. And then, yep, that looks good. So let's go ahead and take this hand and just kind of bring it up here and line it up. Is this hand in the middle of a front flip or something? Okay, yeah, that's the position I want it to be in. Okay, here we go. I know there's a way to like parent two like points to an object so that you can always have both hands on the object at all times, which might make this a whole lot easier. Like, so all I'd have to do is move the sword and both objects or both hands would move along with it. But for now, this should be fine. All right, let's go ahead and keyframe this and see how it looks. It still looks very like he's not coming out with it as much. This looks like he's blind and he's using like a walking stick to find what direction he needs to go in. Also, we're doing another front flip with the hand. Why? Why are we doing front flips? Why are you doing front flips? Also, okay, so let's go ahead and maybe move his torso forward and like maybe make him lean forward a little bit. And then let's go and take this hand and just really bring it out. We really want it to come out. His elbow and come this way even. Yeah, there we go. That gives it way more room to come out here. There we go. That's what I want it to do. Then maybe his shoulder can twist to help it be brought out even further. There we go. Love to see it. And then this hand needs to still be supporting that area up there. So I wonder if I can get away with having the left hand let go and then have his right hand cross underneath it. So he's got the sword in both hands on the side, and then he lets go with his left hand and swings with his right hand, and then the left hand just kind of stays where it's at as the right hand crosses underneath it. Wonder if that'll be better. So I'm actually gonna delete these. Oops. What did I do? What have I done? All right, let's keyframe everything here so I don't lose it. And with only the right hand or the left hand, I'm gonna just delete these. And then, so as far as the right hand swing, how does it look? It looks way too like, you know, just doesn't look that great. What about from this side? I think it has to do with the starting position, in my opinion, as to why it doesn't really look that great. Like, I almost wonder if the hand needs to come out a little bit more. So, like, if it starts like here, and then we can like twist the body like way more dramatically. So if we twist the body, then this arm has enough room to go like all the way back here. So that might be part of it. The problem is there isn't as much room for the left hand to start, because I do want the left hand to start where the right hand is. So okay, that helps a lot. When the body's twisted like that, it really gives it a lot of room to just kind of come back here and just do its thing. So we can also twist this shoulder back a little more and this shoulder out forward a little more, as we maybe even twist the body a little more so that this hand can sort of, because I wanted to have this swing anyway with just one hand because it's a light swing and the heavy swings are going to be with both hands. So I'm thinking this might be better anyway. The elbow can come this way and the shoulder can pop down a little more. I did not mean to do that. Come on. Thank you. Okay, there we go. If we have that shoulder come down way more, then that gives it enough room to do that and connect to it like that. So that looks good from this angle. I just want to twist the head so he's still looking forward. And then that actually looks pretty good from that angle. This angle looks pretty good. I like it from that angle too. So, all right, let's go ahead and keyframe all of this. And then as he's lunging forward, this hand will just, yeah, oh yeah, already that lunge feels way better. I'm gonna have to keyframe it so that when it transitions into that, it's like the arm still needs to like stick out. So I'm gonna just focus on all the right hand stuff first, and then I'll worry about the left hand in just a second. So we'll just do that and keyframe it. All right, yeah, that looks really good. And then for this frame, we want it to stick out like that. There we go. So from the top view, what does that look like? Yeah, that's a pretty good swing. I like that swing. Really using his whole body for that swing. So in frame 10, this shoulder can probably come down a little bit more. And then, all right, let's do the left hand now. So it starts here, and then he sort of lets go with his fingers by frame like 5, or frame like 3. We'll do that. We'll just sort of have him let go with his fingers here. It's on local individual origin, so we can just open his hand up. Oops. This one. There we go. So we can just open his hand up and then take, where is it? Where's his hand bone? There it is. It's out here for some reason. We can just have it come forward. It's still sort of following the motions, but he's like sort of letting go of it now. So around like here-ish. And then, yeah, let's keyframe that. And then by frame 10, let's go ahead and take this bone and just position it forward. And like right here, and then let's like sort of twist it in this direction. Also, these fingers we want to delete the keyframes for now. Did I not keyframe the? I did not keyframe the fingers. Hold on one second. Before I continue, let's go ahead and keyframe all these fingers here. There we go. And then we can just delete these keyframes right here. Oops, did I not? I need to keyframe because I undoed it. I need to keyframe that as well. And then this can be opened up as well. So we'll just keyframe that as well. And that whole hand should be keyframed now, so good. Oh, and for the thumb, I want to delete these keyframes. We'll just do that. Okay. Frame 0 to frame 3. Hand gets let go. And then frame 10, we can do the thing we did before. Let's do that. Move it forward. Move it in. Since he let go, his hand's gonna like kind of just cross underneath his arm there. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Why are the fingers still curled in like that? Because I didn't delete the... I need to delete these. Alright, no, we're good. We're good. God dang it. Keyframe this. And then let's delete all these keyframes here. Thank you. Alright, good. We're good. Everything's good. We're doing great. Doing wonderfully. So, honestly, I do like that pose. That's a good pose. On the side, looks pretty good. Maybe we can move this shoulder. Maybe rotate it up and in a little more. Hand has more room to pop out. Oops, this bone. Like that. Go and do that. Looks good from here, looks good from here, looks good from there. Very good. All right, now how does it all look together? Not bad. The transition from that position to this position is not terrible looking. We just need to continue that movement for when he comes down over here. So I'll just kind of maybe put his hand like, since it's still technically underneath, we can probably move it back and like down here and like, I don't know, forward a little bit. Let's move his elbow over here, shoulder down. And then his hand will just kind of end up over here. Honestly, yeah, it looks good. We might need to change how this pose looks though, so we'll just go ahead and do that. Something like that, maybe. And there we go. So let's keyframe it. Looks pretty good. And he's really giving it a nice meaty swing there. Almost to the beat of the music. Anyway, let me just see how it looks in slow motion. Oops, there. I think it's doing the thing where when it transitions, it like curls the elbow in a little bit more. Yeah, especially around this frame. So we just kind of want that elbow to just come out a little bit more like that, and then maybe twist it a little more. I know, oh God, I didn't mean to do that. Stop. Stop. I'm pressing Z and R at the same time, and Z changes the viewport shading. And so it's constantly trying to change to the rendered view, which takes forever to load. But it's like, that's not what I want right now. I just want to rotate it on the Z axis by pressing R and then Z. So that's fun. All right, that's maybe a little bit more dramatic. Now it just kind of looks like it's stuttering in that position. So maybe if I get rid of this keyframe. And then maybe drag this keyframe. I don't know, it's a little hard to tell. That might be fine. I almost wonder if it would look cooler if this hand was like thrown back more. So like, instead of it just resting down there, if it's like just kind of all the way back here. And we could rotate the shoulder. So it's like back here-ish. How's that look? And then let's put the hand from here to maybe like over here. And then this elbow can be like that. And then let's give that a try, see how it looks. Those arms just like thrown back like that. Now, does look a little weird. Starting here. His hands doesn't do another front flip, does it? Okay, no, it's just the elbow does a little front flip. So we need to grab the elbow bone and just bring it out here on this frame. And then the shoulder can just be fixed by rotating it like that. The elbow can like come out here, make it look a little more natural. So keyframe that, keyframe that. I feel like the hand isn't thrown out far enough when it gets like to this position. So let's do like that maybe. See how it looks. Yeah, that looks good. I like that much better. There we go. Yeah, because it's like his whole body's being rotated, and so is his arm there. That looks much better. I like that a lot. Now if we speed it up. Yeah, that looks good. I like that a lot. That's a good swing. Shwa. I almost wonder if it looks weird. It looks good from the top, but I almost wonder if for this frame rather. if this can be, because it's pointed down here, this needs to be pointed up. And so we'll just move it there and keyframe it. It does look a bit better. I like that. Because it's like, yeah. That's better. Yeah, all right, let's go ahead and save what we got. Go ahead and push it down, like R to L. And let's go and get it ready for importing. So we need to just come into our game rig here. And then we need to go into pose mode, select everything, and then pose, animation, bake to action. That should work. Okay, good. So let's call this light R2L.001. Then let's push it down. Beautiful. All right, so now we save it again because I'm scared. Select the armature, go and export FBX. We'll just call this light R2L and export it. All right. See if it imports nicely into here. Yep. There we go. You just, okay, there we go. You'd be like, why aren't you playing? Yeah, it looks good. There we go. Great. We want to enable root motion. And we want to make it a montage. Actually, I'm gonna drag this into my attack folder. And we need to, I'm gonna make a new folder called base animations. Without a space, because Unreal Engine does not like spaces. And then I'm just gonna make this into a montage and then put these into my base animation. So we'll save that. Now comes the problem that I've been dreading trying to fix. We got to make it so that when the player presses square, we're gonna do the same branch, so Control V, we're gonna see if we're already in the attacking state. Otherwise we don't have to set it. So for false, we have to set it for true. Then we have to play and a montage. We're just gonna copy paste all this because it's the same length and everything. And then this looks really bad right now, but I'll fix it in just a sec. No, probably not just a sec. I'll have a whole system for organizing all this in the future, but for now, just to test it, this is how it's gonna work. Play and a montage, we want R to L. Now, the problem is, I don't know why the square button just doesn't want to input. And why my controller is now dying. Okay, there we go. So if you press X, it's all good. If you press square, nothing happens because I don't know why. All right, So I wonder if, so I'm gonna set attack 2 to left mouse button and attack 1 to right mouse button. Just to see. So, yep, that works. Okay, so when I press left mouse button, it's not doing anything. But when I press right mouse button, it does that. Is it because of the way I have it set up here? Oh, I didn't attach this. Does that have something to do with it? Okay. Why is it not? This is a puzzle. This sure is a puzzle. I'm just gonna copy all this. I'm gonna disconnect it from here. And I'm just gonna paste it, and we're just gonna play it directly. So attack 2 is the square button. Or in this case, it's left mouse click. Under input, it's left click. And nothing has to be changed in here. Why is it when I press attack 2, nothing happens? Okay, and a montage. Do I have to do with the montage? So I changed the montage from L to R. This is me pressing left click, and nothing's happening. When I press right click, it does what it's supposed to. Left click's not doing anything. Why? Why is attack 2 not doing anything? Both of these are the exact same. And if you press it, this should work. Oh, I'm just gonna delete this for now. What if I press attack 1 and plug it into attack 2? I'm just gonna break everything and just go attack 1. I'm also gonna reset it over here. So attack 1 is X, attack 2 is square. So if I compile and save, play it, if I press X, okay, yeah, it does what it's supposed to, except I gotta change in the montage, so I just gotta do that real quick. What was it in the other one? It was 0.001. So in here, gotta be 0.001. And then we want it to not enable auto blend out. So it clearly works. This montage works as intended, and also I gotta make it so that it stops playing. Stop anim montage R to L. So it very clearly works when I press X. It functions correctly. It's only when if I come back here, it's only if I plug in attack 2 and I play and I press, okay, so X is attack 1, square does nothing. Why? What's the big idea? What is the big idea? Okay, what am I missing? Both of those are connected. And I was able to test that with attack 1, because I plugged attack 1 into attack 2, and it fired off the attack 2 command, and it worked. So why is it when I plug attack 2 into attack 2, it doesn't work? Because if I just grab left mouse button and plug it into attack 2 and disconnect that, so if I play it, this is me pressing X and this is me pressing left mouse button. Doesn't work. Why doesn't that work? Why does attack 1 work but attack 2 doesn't? And why does left mouse button not work? What if I bring the input into the collapse node? The left mouse. What if I just connect it directly without it having to go into the collapse node? This is me pressing X, works fine. Left mouse button, nothing. Why? It's like it's not detecting it being pressed. What if I make it a different button? What if I make it like, oh, I don't know, enter, keyboard event, enter. So if I press enter, nothing happens. Press X, press enter. What if I delete this Connect this to attack 2. And then what if I just delete attack 1 and left mouse button? What if it's only attack 2? Nothing. This doesn't have anything to do with how many nodes are on the screen or how many inputs I have. Because it shouldn't matter, why would it? So if I bring back attack 1 and plug it into attack 2, break this. Oops. This is the only situation in which it works. But why? But why, I ask? What if I put attack 2 into attack 1? Nothing. Attack 2 just doesn't work. But why? But why, I ask? What if I make it... Okay, so... Jump clearly works. What if I make the button... What if I make it the jump button? So that would be face button... right. Yeah, face button right. And then just temporarily... just... I don't know. Face button left for jump. Save it. Nothing. Wait, did I... Butterfingers, as they say, I've dropped my connections. It works! It works if I make the button circle. Why? Why does this work, but not square? Did I go a different controller? Also, how am I doing streaming? Am I still, do I still sound okay? Okay, good. I still sound good. I know I had some troubles with this stream along the way, but yeah, we're doing good. I will be right back. I'm just gonna set it to the starting soon screen real quick, because I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a different controller real quick. So just give me 1 second. Okay, I'm sorry that took so long. I'm back. I got a Switch Pro controller here. I tried connecting my other PS4 controller, but it just didn't seem to want to work for some reason. Even though it was fully charged and working fine on the PS4, it just didn't want to connect to my 8-bit do thing correctly. But I have a Switch Pro controller here, and if you're not gonna you're not gonna die on me, are you? Oh, come on. Okay, well, we're connecting at least, and it does work as a functioning controller, so that's good. B button works, and obviously I haven't changed the control scheme yet, so just give me a sec. I have to make this gamepad face button right, and this gamepad face button left. So in this case, it's the B and Y button. So B is attack 1, Y is attack 2. Let's see. Press the B button, I press the Y button. It doesn't do anything. So it's not a matter of controller. I mean, if it was a matter of controller, then I wouldn't have been able to set that function in the first place. So the controller's fine. Just why is it not? I'll have to look this up. Input action attack 2, pressed. It's going directly in here. Goes directly into the branch. Check if attacking is true. If it's false, that's set attacking, then play the right to left montage. Then there's nothing here that would break it. I've tried doing it directly, that didn't work. And I tried doing this, it didn't work. So hold on, I might have to look this up. Just 1 second here. Unreal Engine. Specifically, gamepad face button left doesn't work. Gamepad face button left. Or, well, you know, I should just put in inputs don't work. Input not working. Because I tried it with enter, I've tried it with left mouse button, and the only way it works is with the attack 1 script. So why is my input key press not working in Blueprint? Let's see what we have to say. Okay. Yep, doesn't trigger. Great. Open edit, project settings, engine input bindings, which is this, yes. There's the plus key. Yep, they're just saying, hey, you didn't follow the tutorials on YouTube. And it's, yep, blank project. Enable in. Huh? You want to make sure that you enable input for your blueprint. It would be a performance issue if every single blueprint actor is listening for input events. You can do this by using the enable input node pictured here. Let's give it a try. So on event begin play, I'm just gonna break this and plug that in here. I'll show off what this does in a sec. I forgot to show that off, but I will in just a sec. What they did is just they do this and they go enable input, and where the reference is get player controller. Get player controller, enable input. Don't know why that's necessary, because it's worked with all these other functions before. And it still does nothing. Great. Also, since I'm using a Switch Pro controller, it's the minus button, but for a PS4 controller, it'd be the share button. If I just press it, you could see I have these like 2 little meters down in the corner. The green meter is how far I'm pushing the stick like forward and then backwards, and the red meter is how far I'm pushing it right and then left, just to kind of debug it so that later I can have set walking speeds based on the position of the control stick. So I'm thinking like The control stick will do nothing up to like this point, and then it'll start walking, and then when it gets to like this point, it'll start running. But yeah, that's just the thing. Anyway, that didn't work. What else you got? Okay, someone said a specific input, E input not working on main level. 2 main reasons. You've not enabled keyboard input inside the blueprint, thanks. Keyboard node is set to consume input, and there's another node for the same key elsewhere. Yeah, I don't have another input for attack 2 anywhere else on here, as far as I know. Okay. And then the form continues. Yeah, I checked those things, no luck. It works on a test level, but not my main level. But I don't see anything on the level that could cause it. I only have 1 player character. Find it out. A house I had on the level was essentially a blueprint and had a garage door that was activated with the E key and was set to consume input. I don't have anything on here. I mean, I have a couple blueprints. Let's see, I have a death plane, which just, all that is, where is it? Death plane. It's just when the character overlaps it, it teleports them back to the start. And I also have my character blueprint. Wait, what if it has to do with the fact that I have this lad out here? What if I delete him? Nope. That was not the problem. That was not, in fact, the problem. The only reason why I had a separate version of him just kind of standing out here is so that I can look at him visually and see if I need to make changes to like his like clothes or whatever for the model. Or like see how he looks compared to like different lighting situations. Because the character's not spawned when you start, you know, previewing the level, so I just like to have him out here. But that wasn't the problem. Still having a problem. Input action not working. Do you have input enabled for that blueprint? Since you are casting to the first person character, I'm assuming this blueprint is not the player character. Yo, thank you so much for the follow, Vader Ren. Sorry, I didn't look at, I haven't been looking at chat lately. I've just been trying to figure this out. Counter game is this, do you make the character model? I fully modeled him. He's not perfect in any way, but I spent the last few weeks modeling this character and getting everything to work for this. This is kind of like a, if you imagine like Kingdom Hearts, just like a third person sort of action adventure RPG kind of thing. I don't know. I have all these notes for how I want like the story to go and all that, but right now I'm just focusing on the gameplay. This is what I got for now. He can run, he can jump, and he can jump while standing still. And if you run and jump while moving, then he does like a longer jump, and if you jump while standing still, he jumps higher. I want to do that later. I just started getting to Unreal Engine 5, trying to learn some basic level design. Hey, we are in the same boat. I am also just trying to learn this. I'm just streaming it so that I have motivation to like keep going with it, because I always run into this problem where like I start a project and I'm like, just, you know, it sucks, I'm not good at it or anything like that. So I just start over. So I'm like, I'm streaming it because I want to document it and I want to be like, this is what I want to do. I want to continue with this. So, yeah, thanks for joining the stream. You caught me in a very weird situation because I'm trying to figure out, so he can attack and he has a pretty decently big test sword here. He can do that, but so I'm using a Switch Pro controller for this. I press the B button and he attacks, but I also want to attack. I have a separate attack animation for when I press the Y button, and I'm just trying to figure out why that's not working. I literally have it. So in my character blueprint, I have this right here. So attack 1 is the B button, attack 2 is the Y button. and they're both connected to basically the exact same thing here. So attack 2 goes into this branch that asks if the character is currently attacking, and if it's true, then it's fine, it continues, but if it's false, it's gonna set this variable to attacking and basically just put the sword in his hand. And then they both go into here. These are separate animations. So this is a light attack swing from left to right. This one works. This is a light attack from right to left. This one doesn't work for some reason, and I'm trying to figure it out. And it's at the input level, back here, because when I plug in attack 1 into attack 2 and just break this off, then it works. The animation plays and it works perfectly. But no other input works. Literally only that input works. And then if I put attack 2 into attack 1, or no, you know what? I think the solution I had before was I literally went into my inputs, which is here, and swapped this. So this will be A, and then jump will be Y. And that's the only situation where, oops, I think I accidentally disconnected it. So if I break that and plug these in, that's the only situation where it works perfectly both times. But now I press the Y button for as much as I'm able to, and I can't jump. So I almost wonder if it has something to do with the way the controller is being inputted into the computer, because I'm using what's called an 8-bit do to connect the controller up to the project. So it's so weird. It's very weird, because it's like the input works because you saw me able to jump earlier. It's just when I set it to the Y button, it just doesn't work. So I wonder if it has something to do with the controller. So you know what I'm gonna try and do next is I'm just gonna set all these to keyboard inputs. Do you have like an Xbox controller? I was trying this earlier with a PS4 controller, and it was the same thing. So square would be attack 2, and it just wouldn't work. So I switched to a Switch Pro controller, and it's the same thing. It's like, it's gamepad face button left, which just doesn't work. And as a matter of fact, I think I tried something earlier with gamepad face button top, and that didn't work either. So I'm just for now gonna set all these to keyboard inputs. So jump will be space, attack 1 will be left mouse, attack 2 will be right mouse. Yeah, it's so weird. So move forward, it's going to be W, and then S, and then scale it -1, and then move right, it's gonna be D, and then A, scale -1, and then look up is going to be, oops, I don't think I inputted that right, -1, there we go. Look up's gonna be, I have to actually go into mouse, it's gonna be mouse Y, and then turn, gonna be mouse X. There we go. So now I have everything hooked up to a keyboard. And left mouse isn't working. Oh, and also I don't think I did this properly. Yeah, this should be -1. And then this, I don't like an inverted mouse. Okay, so this works when I move the mouse. I right click and that works, and I left click. It's like specific inputs just don't seem to be working, which is so weird. So like, for some reason now left mouse click isn't working. Pressing it as hard as I might, but it's just not doing much. But yeah, maybe this is a problem I'll have to work on off stream. because I don't want to spend too much time on stream trying to figure this out. So the point is, it works. I'll have to rebind all my controls to the controller in just a bit. I have a to-do list up here as well. So we got a weapon, which is very good. I'm thinking maybe we try making an enemy. That could be fun. So let's go ahead and delete that, because we got that. We have the idle walk run with a weapon. We have the first attack animation, which is good. Blocking and sprinting are going to require making more animations, so I'm just going to put those on the back burner for now. I'd say let's just try making an enemy. That might be fun. Are you taking a course? Have you taken one before? I am literally going into all of this blind, just like playing with things and seeing if they work. I haven't taken a professional course on this or anything. My life has just been based off of YouTube tutorials. And honestly, that's probably another reason why I'm streaming this too, is if there's people in chat that want to give me advice for certain things. It's really greatly appreciated. So yeah, that's basically what I've been basing all this knowledge off of. And I mean, I got this far at least. I have a character that can run around and it looks really good. Oh yeah, so that's the thing too. So when I press spacebar, I have it so that time gets slowed down so that I can like test stuff. So that's fun. Well, if anything, I'm flattered because I greatly appreciate that I at least remotely look like I know what I'm talking about. So yeah, let's make an enemy. And I've made enemies before. All I really want to do is under blueprints, I'm just gonna make a character or a pawn. I think I want a pawn. We'll just call this BP underscore enemy. I'm trying to make a first-person shooter like Tarkov eventually with a few of my friends. One's going to school for map design. Dude, that's so cool. Dude, eventually I would love to have like a team to help me work on some of these projects. For now, it's literally just me, just fumbling about trying to make things work. But yeah, that's really awesome. I hope it goes well for you. So we have a blueprint, and for now it's just a sphere. So we'll just kind of plop that down right here. And what I want to have happen is I can probably just close all these. I want to attach a, where is it? A collision, a sphere collision. Sphere collision, there it is. Want that to be, oops, bigger. There we go. I'll make it a little bit bigger than that. Like that. Just so it has a little bit of room, a little bit of wiggle room. There we go. You claim any of the free assets on the Epic Game Store? Is that right? I don't know much about using assets from, like, for example, the Epic Game Store. I do want to try and make most of the stuff myself so that I can at least have the knowledge that so I can at least learn how to do most of this stuff. But like, that's cool if there's like textures maybe, because like otherwise I'm gonna have to probably go out with my phone and take pictures of the grass and use that as a texture. I mean, obviously I'd clean it up and stuff, make it look at least remotely good, but yeah. So for the collision, I want on begin overlap. And this is all from memory of doing this from like a literal year ago, so I might be a little bit slow at this. There's a bunch of different stuff. Every month they give free stuff away temporarily. Okay, gotcha. I'll have to look into that. Thank you. Appreciate it. So on begin overlap, I just want it to kind of like bounce in the air when it gets hit. So I almost also want to give it like a health value and then have it destroy itself when it gets quote unquote defeated. So under variables, let's just sort of give it a health. And then we'll just give it a float integer, or just a float variable. And then, I don't know what it's called, but I want to give it like velocity. So if I just search velocity, oh god, there's so many things here. My goodness. There's so many things here. Alright, let's go back to the sword real quick. Let's see. Weapons, test weapon. Because I also want to give this a collision. So this will have like a capsule collision. There we go. So now we just gotta kind of line this up so it looks good. There we go, something like that. Kind of put it here. Make it about that length. Actually, you know what? Because the character's gonna be holding the hilt of the sword there, so we don't need the collision to go that far down. I'm thinking maybe something like this will work. Make it a little bit longer. Maybe we can make it a little bit thicker as well. Why not? Something like that, just to really give it the indication that it's there. So I know there's a way to, right. So there's an actual node in the enemy thing. I think it's on damage. There's an actual damage taken node. If I just search for like damage, yeah, so I can have the weapon apply damage. So on this capsule collision, we want on begin overlap. I feel bad because I feel like this is like basic stuff that I should like know to like do quickly. But this is all knowledge that I've had from like literal years ago, just messing around with this. I might have to mess with this more off stream, but on begin overlap, I want to apply damage. So the damage actor is going to be the other actor, because that's the only thing it could be connected to. And we'll just say like 10. That's going to be a variable later, but that'll be fine. And that's a thing too, so cool. So on the enemy is on damage taken. Let me just search damage and see what we got. There's apply damage. Assign on take point damage. Oh my god. Event any damage. That's what I want. There we go. Event any damage. This is how I want it to, you know what? I'm just gonna set it to print string. Just to test to see if it works. I know it feels like this is too simple. It's like only 2 nodes and then 2 nodes over here. But let's just see if it works. Oh, that's right, I have to use a keyboard now. So, yep, it's working. It's actually working. There we go. It's saying hello to me in the print string. Hell yeah. All right. Cool. So that actually works. One thing I do want to do is to make sure that it only hits once, because it was like hitting twice, like at a time while the sword was still in the object. I'm actually gonna make this collision visible so that I could see it. Where is that? Where is that? Where are you? Okay, here we go. Turn off hidden in game. And then I want the collision to not be active when it hits, and then after a certain delay it becomes active again. So I don't know if there's an easy way to do that right now, and I'm not entirely sure how I'd be able to. I just have to see how would I do that? I don't want to like shrink it. Is there a setting I can like change in here? Collision okay, I want to change the collision preset of the capsule. So, oh, set collision enabled to no collision after it applies the damage. So, I mean, be able to see it, it's there, and then we attack. And it's not even saying hello to me anymore. So, wait, if I break this, it should have said hello to me once. Okay, yeah, it does. And then if I plug you back in, it doesn't even say hello to me at all. Maybe if I, after a small delay, like 0.01 delay, something like that maybe. Okay, there we go. It still said hello to me twice, but that's fine. 0.05. Now it's not saying it to me at all. So that's fine. So 0.01, and then we'll do another delay. And then set collision. Where is it? Oh, whoops. For this, set collision enabled to collision enabled. Right? Is that the one I want? Okay. Yeah. There we go. I'm just gonna set this to 5 seconds just so it's more visible, just to make sure it works. Just to have that confirmation. So it's not saying hello to me until after 5 seconds. Then it says hello to me again. Beautiful. All right, so we'll just set this back to 0.2. All right, there we go. Yeah. So, you know what I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to just set all these back to their controller inputs. So jump is gonna be A, attack 1's gonna be B, attack 2's gonna be Y. Move forward's gonna be stick up, it's gonna delete that. Right's gonna be stick that direction, up's gonna be that, and then turn's gonna be that. Only because, yeah, this feels much better. Oh, and I gotta set the scale of the thing. Give me a sec. Sorry. So this has gotta be -1. Beautiful. All right, there we go. So we have a functioning sword that can do damage to an object, and it says hello to me when it does the damage to the object. It's saying hello to me a lot, but that's fine. It can be polite. It can say hello to me many times. I might end the stream here because I've been going on for a pretty long time. I see that we got 6 viewers here. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry you had to come in at a time when I looked absolutely stupid. But no, I really appreciate you coming in. We did get a lot done. We were able to make the attack animations, apply them. I don't know why the input's not working. I'm gonna have to look at that later. And we can do damage to an object and have it say hello to me. So that's something I'm gonna have to figure out later as well. I'll do a bit more research, I'll watch a bit more tutorials, and maybe we can knock off a few of these other things on the old to-do list here as well. But yeah, I really appreciate you joining the stream. Thank you so much. I'll probably be back on Monday at 4 p.m. 4 or 5-ish, roughly, maybe. And we'll get some stuff done. Yeah, thanks again so much for watching. I almost feel like we're at rating viewers. Like we have enough viewers, which we could probably raid someone, but I probably won't just yet because there's not that many people on that I would want to raid necessarily. But yeah, we got a lot of viewers today. I can't believe it. So yeah, thanks so much for watching and take care. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.